Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide divorce mediation and valuation services in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we have the privilege of discussing the NACVA 30 years and beyond with Brien Jones. Brien is a seasoned association executive, and NACVA is located in Salt Lake City. He's the Chief Operations Officer and Executive Vice President of the National Association of Certified Valuators and Analysts. He's also part of the Global Association of Certified Valuators and Analysts and Consultants Training Institute. There is a difference between kind of the week-long credentials with, a testing module at the end or something like that versus 1 hour, 5 hour, 3-day trainings. Have you learned anything through this process that has helped you in either of those capacities? Because there is a difference, right? But have you seen anything that's been helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. We had such a rich history in the early years dependent on an in-person model. In 2007, we recognized that there's a generation of professionals who've been online since before they could talk. And so it was important for us to address the needs and the training modules or the training methods for a broad audience. One size didn't fit all back in 2007, and it certainly doesn't now coming out of COVID with everyone like fast forward into being more virtually adept. What we're finding most challenging is just bridging that divide in the virtual universe. How the faculty can engage with the audience like they used to in person, and how the attendee felt more apt to sit in their seat. It used to be like you felt nervous if you got up to leave a classroom, right? Because you were there with each other in person and you couldn't just, deactivate your camera and mute your mic and just disappear out of the room. And so it's engaging our attendees in more exercises, examples, more frequent Q&A. But here's what's happening too, which is a benefit to our faculty who are making this leap, I'd say more than the attendee, is they're committing to this body of knowledge. For the CVA is about 45 plus hours. For our MAFF, and the CVA is Certified Valuation Analyst, the MAFF, Master Analyst in Financial Forensics, that's like 45 hours of training virtually. And the faculty members are just killing it with, transferring the knowledge, the bodies of knowledge to prepare these candidates for their career path. And what we're seeing is they're doing that successfully. Our pass-fail rates are consistent as they were pre-COVID for our exam and case study, although the faculty don't feel like it. They're like, I'm just worried no one's learning anything. We're not engaging with them, yet they're teaching, to the same degree they were in person. And so it's up to us to sort of help bridge that divide through those kinds of things: integrated learning, more cool technology, examples, case studies, breaking down those learning nuggets into smaller modules, because one size doesn't fit all. We've got to be that diverse in not only our delivery platform virtually and finding our way back to in-person post-COVID, but it's all the cool technology that's come about, even particularly from last year. There are cooler things that we're integrating to continue that legacy of engaged learning and bringing professionals together.
Well, and I think as we continue upon this path, because I keep on predicting that we have another good solid year of this, which everybody's like, no. But I think it's interesting because I do this a lot with clients where everybody will be off of the camera and I will stay on, even if everybody else is off, because I have to remember that the experience that they're experiencing is they do feel like they're still talking to me. Right. And I think that all of us in Zoom environments or online environments, I think we also have to understand that we can create a really more in-person feel if for anything that you're doing, you keep your camera on more
Sure.
and you engage more and you listen, because the whole point of this is that you're not traveling. You can take restroom breaks when you want. You can go eat something if you want. Like you have the creature comforts of home or office, but also, a lot of us are like, well, I'll just re-look at that program later. We're not going to
Right.
look at it later. And so
Right.
it really, you have to take that time and say, okay, this is what I'm going to dedicate to doing it. I want to make it through the program or the training, because right now, realistically, if you are not doubling down on your knowledge when you're stuck at home, if you're, like, no judgment, do whatever keeps you mentally happy.
Right.
But I think you have the time to kind of start to amp up